I met her on a Tuesday afternoon, the kind of day that feels like it doesn't even exist. The sky was gray. The cafe she was sitting at the counter, tapping her fingers against a cracked phone case. When she looked up, she smiled like she recognized me. So I smiled back because, honestly, I thought I recognized her too. I walked over and said, "Hey, long time." She just tilted her head and replied, "I'm sorry. Do I know you?" Her voice was so calm, so polite, like a teacher gently correcting a student. I laughed it off. "You're kidding, right? We talked online last month." She just blinked. "No, I don't even have social media," I figured. Okay, honest mistake. I'd just mixed her up with someone else. It wasn't until she left that I realized she'd forgotten her phone on the counter. I picked it up, planning to hand it to the barista, but the screen was still on, open to her gallery. The first photo was of a street corner near my apartment. The next one was my mailbox. And then there was me standing at the bus stop, coffee in hand, wearing the same jacket I had on that morning. Every picture was of me. There were hundreds of them. Different days, different angles. Some looked like they were taken from inside my own living room window. My stomach just dropped. She had said we'd never met. So how did she have these? I handed the phone to the barista anyway, pretending nothing was wrong. Then I went home and locked every single door. That night, I barely slept. Every creak of the floorboards felt like a footstep. Every shadow in the corner of my eye looked like her reflection. At 3:12 a.m., my phone buzzed. A new message? No number. Just the words, "Thanks for bringing my phone back." And attached to it was a photo of me sitting in the dark, holding my phone. It had been taken seconds ago. I snapped on every light in the house. I checked every closet, under the bed, everywhere. Nothing. The windows were locked tight. I even went outside, half expecting her to be standing right there on the street. But it was completely empty. The next morning, I reported it to the police. They took my statement, looked at the screenshots, and then just shrugged. They said maybe it was a prank or a deep fake. They weren't taking it seriously at all. Except the next picture wasn't digital. It was a physical, printed photo. I found it taped to my front door that evening. It was the same photo from the text message. The same angle. Someone had to have been here to leave it. That was it for me. I stopped going to that cafe. I stopped leaving my curtains open. I stopped answering calls from unknown numbers, but it didn't matter. Every few nights, another photo would appear. Sometimes slipped under my door, sometimes left on my car's windshield. Always taken just minutes after I'd looked away. The police finally agreed to install a camera facing my front door. 3 days later, they called me in to review the footage. We watched the entire recording. No one had come near my apartment. Not a single person. But the picture still showed up, tucked inside my mailbox. A month went by like this. I started doubting my own sanity. Maybe I was sleepwalking. Maybe somehow I was taking the photos myself and just forgetting. So I set up my own camera inside my bedroom, recording all night, pointed directly at my bed. At 2:47 a.m., something happened. The video feed glitched. Just for seconds of pure static. Then, through the static, a faint voice whispered, "You shouldn't have looked." When the video cleared, my phone, which had been on the nightstand, was gone. The next morning, it was right back where it was supposed to be, with the gallery open to a new folder. It was labeled, "When You Sleep." Inside were 32 images of me, asleep in bed. But in every single one, there was a shadow at the edge of the frame slender, still almost human. And in the very last photo, the shadow wasn't at the edge anymore. It was leaning over me. I moved out that same day. New city, new apartment, different locks, different neighbors. For a while, everything felt normal again. I thought I was finally safe, until this morning. There was a knock on the door. It was a delivery box with no return address. Inside was a phone. Her phone, the same cracked case, The screen lit up on its own, displaying a new notification. It said, "You moved, but I found you." And right beneath that message was a fresh photo. A photo of me standing in this doorway, holding this box, looking absolutely terrified. If you're watching this, please just stop, or at least tell me why. Because the part I can't figure out, the part that truly keeps me awake at night, is how in every single photo I can see your reflection standing right behind me. If this story left you looking over your shoulder, you know what to do. Subscribe to Mystic Hark, and together we'll step deeper into the unknown. Thanks for watching.